Hey there, how are you? Sorry, I didn't know you were there. Probably wouldn't have been playing. My whistle playing's not that good. But anyways, I did want to show you a new whistle today that I got recently. It's pretty cool. Couldn't find anything online about it. I could find some forum stuff a little bit here and there. But no reviews to speak of that really helped me make an educated guess, so I just kind of bought this one blindly, which is what I tend to do sometimes. But anyway, this is a Becker High D whistle. Uh, Not a major brand that you would have heard of, probably. Mr. Becker lives in Warrensburg, Missouri. I think MO is for Missouri. Missouri? Maybe. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you will. Just put in the comments, hey, dope, MO stands for somewhere else. But anyway, this is a Becker High D whistle. James Becker, if I remember correctly, I think he's a retired music teacher and maybe a church musician, and started making whistles. And I found it. I stumbled upon his website, and he makes them out of PVC pipe. They are extremely inexpensive. I'm not going to go into pricing because 100 years from now, when people are still watching my YouTube review of this whistle, the price will probably have gone up. But anyways. This whistle extremely inexpensive, to the point that if I lost this whistle right now, I've only had it for like 2 days, but if I lost it, I'd be heartbroken, not because of the price and because I couldn't buy another one. I could buy a bunch of them, and I'm not a wealthy person by any means, but just because it's a cool whistle. So anyway, made out of PVC pipe. This one, I got three together. I got two low whistles and then this one, and I'll review the low whistles on another video. But I got three whistles together. This one's made out of PVC as well, best I can tell. It seems a little bit more ivory colored than the low whistles that I got, which are whiter. But even though it's made out of PVC pipe, Mr. Becker does a really nice job of finishing these, and that he buffs off the markings and it gives it kind of a nice, it's not a high gloss finish, but it's glossy-ish. There's a reflection off of it. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but anyways. So top down, let's go through the whistle. Mouthpiece, I think it's made out of the same diameter pipe. He just cuts a piece out of the back and snaps it around and then glues it in place. It is not a tunable whistle, just so you know. One thing I do want to say, though, is checking it against a meter, a tuner, you might call it. It seems to be really pretty well in tune. I think he sets these around of A440 reference, so it's not an A whistle, but using A440, which is the standard orchestral pitch of modern day. I think he sets it around that, and it's well in tune, and it's well in tune with itself too, all the way up through the second octave. I think he tunes the low end just a little bit sharp, so that when you get into the second octave, it's in the right pitch, and it's good. Delrin Fipple block there, nice smooth soft material, not squishy soft, but pleasant, I should say, on the mouth. No irritation or anything like that. It's great, nice soft, much better than a wood Fipple block. I think his older whistles did have a wooden Fipple block. He since transitioned everything to Delrin, I think. Radiused windway, and then if you notice here in the window here, the sound blade is a bit radiused as well. It's hand finished. If you can see the tool markings there, but hand finished, really well done. Here's the label. I think Prince's own label hand writes on the key, which to me kind of lends itself. I mean, it's almost like handmade, kind of. I don't know, like somebody who signs their name to something or writes, scribes something onto something that they've made. I think that's kind of cool. I like the label. The holes are really well done. They're super clean. I've gotten plastic whistles from more expensive makers that the holes are not as cleanly done. If you look in the bore, I think Mr. Becker, he's got to do something on the inside of this whistle to clean this out, because there's no plastic it's squeaky clean in there. I mean, no dust, no plastic shavings, no nothing. Very out of the package, good whistle. One thing I failed to mention, the Fipple block does go all the way down to where the window opens here, and so there's no cavity in there that cause any issues or anything like that. It's a good whistle from that standpoint too. Really thoughtfully engineered, I should say. Even down at the base of the whistle here, I don't know if you can see this, but he crowns the base of the whistle, and what I mean by that is he takes I guess sandpaper or something, and basically it takes that to a 45-degree angle, so it's got a nice 45-degree angle there, so it's not a sharp edge, and he does it on the inside too. I mean, the features that Mr. Becker puts on this whistle, when you see the price, Google search Becker whistles. Go look at the price of this thing, and when you see the features on mine, and the one that I'm sure you would get, and the price, it's borderline unbelievable. I was skeptical. When I ordered it, I thought, how good could this whistle possibly be? But it's pretty darn good. I like it. So anyway, I got 2 other low whistles. I'll do those in another video. I got an F and I got an E flat whistle. F, I think he bills as a pretty standard whistle that he makes. The E flat, I emailed him and asked if he would make me an E flat. I had a particular reason that I wanted an E flat, and he did it. And he didn't charge me any extra, standard price. The low whistles and the alto whistles are a little more expensive than the soprano whistles, to be expected. But still, I'm telling you, price can't be beaten. You know, I think this would, it's not super loud, like, any mistakes you hear, by the way, in the video, these are me, not the whistles. These whistles are much better and more accurate than I am. Anyway, not super loud, nice, sweet tone. I really like the tone. Like the volume. I think it would be appropriate to play it in a small session. Mic'd even, you could play it with some orchestral stuff or whatever, you know, if you're in a church setting or things like that, I think you could do just fine. But yeah, good sound. Balanced throughout, I think. It cuts in the upper register, but not. It's not piercing. Doesn't make my ears hurt, and I don't think it would stick out more than it should. So yeah. So this is the Becker whistle, High D. Google search Becker whistles online. If you want to get a couple of extra whistles to have, I think getting a few of these whistles to leave laying around, just pick up whenever you want and play. You're gonna have a good whistle no matter which one you pick up, I think. Have one you want to leave in your car to practice at stoplights or in the parking lot when you're waiting on your wife in the mall or something. Here's your whistle. Students, hey, if you teach lessons and your students come to you and they've got different, hey, look, for not much, you can get a really good whistle. You should go get one of these for students. Keep a couple around. Maybe you're playing sometime, somebody comes up to you and says, hey, that's a really cool instrument. What is it? And you get to talking and they go, I might like to get one. You can say, oh, you know what, here you go. And they could have it, and that'd be kind of cool. Way to get these whistles, because they're good whistles. I don't work for Mr. Becker. I'm not getting paid for this. I pay him for his whistles, and I'm not nothing like that. It's just I just like it. It's a good whistle, and I think you will too. So hope this review helps somebody make an educated decision on a Becker whistle. If it's something that you're looking for, if you're looking for a nicely balanced, non-tunable, inexpensive whistle, this is a good one. I think you'll enjoy it. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. It took me about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks to get this, because Mr. Becker, we were coming off the holiday season, and Mr. Becker, he's his webmaster, his whistle builder, his product developer, he's the whole thing. It's all him. So, he's wearing a lot of hats, and I know he gets these out of his workshop as quick as he can, but he also wants to put out a good product, and he has. He's done that. And so I'm not in a rush to get these, but you don't have to wait an unreasonable amount of time. But for a handmade instrument, handmade, I don't get hung up on the fact that it's made out of PVC. I just don't. I don't care if it's made out of a pool noodle. If it sounds good and plays good, that's fine. So I think it's a really, really cool instrument. So, anyways, hope you enjoy it. Share the review with anybody you think might be helped in looking for a whistle of this caliber, of this sort, and give me some comments and suggestions down below. All right, thanks everybody. Happy whistling.